It was for lack of trying on her part. You misread that situation.
Okay.
Yeah, she wanted the city intact. I mean, the Tranquility and Lysander were getting tossed around. So, yeah, I mean, you had to ram a FTL train into her to get her away, which it worked.
I do recall.
Now, would it work twice? Well, now she knows that you can throw trains at her.
Yeah. I do like the visual of her, like, treating this fight super, super casually and just kind of barely making an effort, to toss people around, and then out of nowhere going, wait, what do you mean they rolled a 98?
It's like, huh? And she's like, they're sending a train at you. Well, I'm not on any tracks. Just run her the fuck over. It's like, what the hell? It's like,
wow, guys, way to escalate.
Like, there weren't any tracks. Like, you should have been looking.
Look both ways.
This is
Look
why you
all ways.
both ways before going anywhere, because you never know when a train could fly at you and kill you.
Yeah. Jaguar tells Mom used to say look always before crossing the street, and he would always look up into the sky to mock her for it. But maybe Entropy could have benefited from a little bit of that.
From
Maybe
bullying?
Jack's mom was late.
That's crazy. No. We haven't given her enough reasons why. That's the problem. More bullying is required. But hey, maybe you guys can bully her today.
Or if we could make her our best friend.
Well, I've seen how you treat some of your friends, so the line can get very blurred sometimes. We'll see.
You're right, I'm sorry. Maybe we can make her our friend and then forget to give her a birthday gift, and then forget to give her a Christmas gift, and then forget to give her
I mean, yeah, you could hit her with that wombo combo. And, we'll see. It might be ultra effective. It might not be. It's kind of up in the air at this point. But do you know what's not up in the air, Jamie?
our train, hopefully.
That is correct. And we gotta get on that train. So, why don't we get into the session, gang? As we will go ahead and start not on the train. Instead, we start in a small town in northern Zell. Amongst the mountains, Heartlet is nestled within of these small, rolling hills. It is a small population. 300 to 400 people maximum, with crops dotting the outskirts of this village. At this point, Ada, you are about 8 years old, and you have just been pushed into the mud. You are now dirtied. You've got a scrape on your elbow as your bully, Cassio, stands above you. You smell as, this kid, basically shouts down at you. It is just another instance of relentless abuse from this little twerp. But they are bigger than you, Ada, and a little more popular amongst the kids than you. As you go ahead and look up from this little patch of mud, maybe a block and a half away from your family's restaurant, what are you doing?
running home.
Okay. Then, as you are attempting to get up, Cassio is like picking up some mud and is trying to throw it at you. Go ahead and roll 2d6 for a physical check.
Oh hey, my physical hasn't changed since I was 8 years old.
I know, it's a problem.
One success.
One?
What did I? Oh, sorry. One of the dice rolled on my screen as a 5. 0 successes.
Okay. Then, as you are dashing along, these kind of like heavy cakes of mud slam into your legs and back as you trip and stumble again. As at this point, Cassio is kind of laughing at you as you kind of get up once again, kind of turning, seeing over your shoulder as your bully just kind of like stands there, kind of in the street. And at this point, you duck back in to your family's restaurant. Jamie, describe the interior of what this restaurant looks like as you enter it once again.
I think the inside of the restaurant is a little bit small. They still have, tables and chairs where everyone can sit and eat, but it's a little bit crowded in the way that only a small town, restaurant can be. As I believe the the tables are probably a little bit of a darker, more worn wood, and I think Ada would run behind the serving counter, probably crying,
Gotcha.
as I imagine the kitchen is kind of behind the serving counter, not really closed off necessarily. It's more of just one big building, or one big room, excuse me, that they've divided into kitchen, dining room.
Yeah, and you'd be able to see that your mother, Lena, is kind of in the kitchen at this point, doing some basic preparations as she kind of turns her half elven form, kind of silhouetted against the many pots and pans that hang from a wall. You can see the gray that has crept into her hair as she goes ahead and looks upon you. Ada! What's wrong?
He threw mud on me!
He threw mud at you? And like she quickly goes ahead and gets a washcloth and kind of gets some water on it. She rushes over, begins to quickly clean you off, moving away the grime and the dirt.
And pushed me into mud.
I will have a talk with his father today, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
But I didn't fight back. I didn't want to hurt him. I just ran away. So I didn't hurt him.
That's good. That's good. You were very brave, and you took the high road.
She's just keep crying.
And you can see your mom will quickly kind of like turn and open one of the ovens that is nearby. She slips on a mitt, and you would smell the savory scent of Lena's kind of like homemade bread as she pulls kind of a fresh batch out of the oven. Your favorite bread? Just fresh.
Can I have some?
Oh, wow. Brave girls can always have some bread. And she'll go ahead and, with mitts on, kind of like grab a loaf, breaking it in half, and then kind of wrapping it up, one of those halves, in kind of a thicker cloth so it doesn't burn you. As you kind of take it, you feel it kind of crackle and crunch in your grasp. As you can see, kind of this beautiful golden exterior and the white fluffy interior of the bread.
She will bite into it immediately. and burn her mouth.
Oh, no, it's... Oh, here. As she'll kind of get you a glass of water. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Small bites, small bites.
She will continue eating the hot bread and saying ow after every bite.
And your mother, Lena, would just, like, very, like, calmly go ahead and just, like, pat your head, like, running her fingers through your hair, just trying to, like, soothe you, and also helping to, like, get some of the dirt and the grime out. See, there. You know, he is just probably jealous that you have this great bread all the time. Huh?
But he could have some if he wanted. I would share.
I know. Boys at this age, they're just a little slower. Maybe he just doesn't have the words. You know words in so many languages. Huh?
I would teach him words if he wanted.
I know. But it's okay. It's okay. And I will talk to his father, and you always will have me right here, okay?
Why don't any of the other kids like me?
They just haven't gotten a chance to know you yet. Give it time, my sweet. Okay? It just needs time.
She'll just take a big bite of bread. Ow.
And at this point, as she continues kind of wiping the mud from your eye, the image would go ahead and it would slip away as you feel yourself drug back to the engine, back to the train, Ada, as you kind of look around for a moment, kind of feeling this strange sense of vertigo as the rest of you who had been watching this scene from afar are kind of like brought back into the engine as well. Yeah, and the rest of you feel as like your vision is off, your stomachs are twisting. It almost feels like there are insects like running up and down your arms with like this strange sensation and or energy. Sorry about that. Reverberations. What a lovely home you had, Miss Silver.
I think it is wiping away some actual tear for a second.
Now, can we be civilized?
I believe so.
Good. Well, you'll be pleased to know that I do know all of you. Especially after the train you threw at me. And again, I hold no grudge. I am simply impressed. But there are multiple sides to each story. Multiple sides to each story, yes. But tread carefully here. Oh, Cavalier. Tread carefully, we can't harm each other. I am still lower in the cosmic stack. Making my way back up to be sure, but these things take time. You have a fragment of my spirit, nothing more. You can't harm it, and I can't harm you. So we can get to know each other. Lay it all out on the table. General consensus. Do any of you wish to seek sanctuary in Arquette? No. I'm sensing no takers.
Not particularly.
No, not really.
Well, I should ask, apart from, of course, the war, why? Let us say we were peaceful. My lands do flourish and bloom, away from the prying eyes of both high gods and investigators alike.
I have important tasks here. I have to compete still.
Sorry, speak up, darling.
I have important work here that needs to be done still.
Important work. And what might that be, Ezra Allward?
Friends that have requested aid.
Ah, yes. Your spirits. Am I right?
In part, yes.
And other friends. Yes. I understand. But I am here to also tell you that it does not matter. All of this will soon be ending, Mr. Allward.
And by this, you mean?
This cycle of energy, movement, this world is losing its spark, and soon it will come to an end. An end not heralded by explosions, bloodshed and war, but of silent whispers, of fading sunsets, of the last chime of distant bells, in a world that will go still, as all the rivers run clean, and all candles go out, and all souls will find their resting places, and there will be nothing else to do. There will just be me at the end. How do you feel about that?
Seems a bit lonely. Just you at the end.
In a way, yes. But also it is the nature of things, Misha. Most people hear everything will end and imagine loneliness, despair, apathy. But those responses are not logically required. They are emotional reactions, not conclusions. The knee-jerk slide from nothing matters into despair and loneliness. It is not a sequence of logical deduction. It's an emotional temper tantrum. Despair requires an anchor to missed expectations. But this implies that the universe ought to have a provided meaning, and that its failure to do so is a tragic betrayal, that we must keep going. But the universe has betrayed nothing because it never promised anything in the first place. Despair, apathy, this loneliness are simply the final frantic negotiations of an ego that is unwilling to accept its own cosmic irrelevance. I am irrelevant, you are relevant in terms of what will be. We are sand on an infinite beach.
I suppose.
And
And
um,
do you want
well,
there to be an after?
do we? I don't know how to say it. Why do we have to have meaning?
You don't. I don't think there needs to be any such thing. I think you understand it perfectly. What this is a cycle, Ada. And we can put no more meaning on a cycle than that of an apple falling from a tree, of the gravity that brought it low, the ground existing or the sky flowing overhead. These are things that just are, and we are things that just are. And that is why I do not mourn the ending. I greet it like an old, cherished friend. Perhaps it is something for you to cherish as well.
I, of course, see nothing wrong with reaching the end with dignity or with accepting its inevitability. However, I do take a bit of issue with the thought that that which came before in its own way doesn't deserve mourning.
I see. You wish to have reverence for the dead, yes?
Yes.
That reverence comes at a price, though. You can be locked in the past. And at this point, Ezra, the world shifts. It is years prior, as you are walking through a misty forest. You are tasked with gathering firewood for your mother. As you make your way through, you hear the sounds of creatures in the mist, of an owl hooting far off, of the distant falling of a tree and the rustling of wind. As you are out here, alone, what are you doing?
I am looking out for small fallen branches, sections of wood to bring back to camp. At
Gotcha.
the same time, just sort of keeping my ears open in case any of those sudden sounds or cracks of a tree giving way start to get a bit too close.
Gotcha. Then, as you kind of keep your ears out and your eyes sharp, you go through, begin kind of picking up those branches, making sure that nothing is getting too close. And then you would hear a voice go, "Stop." As the spirit of your father appears in front of you. "Halt, Ezra. Take 2 steps back, my boy."
I do that.
And as you go ahead and do, your father kind of begins to make his way forward until he's by your side, and then points to kind of this fallen branch next to where you were standing. And then you can see at the end of the branch, a tongue flicks out.
Oh.
"Snakes like this one, very dangerous. You mustn't be bit by them. They are poisonous."
Yes, Dad. Thank you.
Hmm.
I get the poisonous and the venomous ones confused with the fine ones.
Well, this one was harder to see. Some of the most dangerous hunters are the stillest. They're the most quiet. We always listen to those off in the distance, but must always be ready to think about that thing which is closest to you. It's already beneath your eyes.
Feels like there's a lot of things I need to pay attention to at all times.
I know. I'm sorry. You will need to.
I know.
Especially until your mother gets well again.
I wish you could see you.
I wish that she could see me as well. But I'm always by her side. I'm always by your side. I'll always be by your side, son. Even if you can't see me, I'm still closer than you think.
Thanks, Dad.
You're doing well. Remembering everything that I taught you.
I'm trying.
You're doing well. You're doing very well, Ezra. Most boys your age, they wouldn't be doing half of what you are. You're making us all very proud.
Ezra sort of gets a big grin on his face. Thanks.
But you have a gift. You have a purpose. You can see spirits. And you can do so much more. And I believe a lot will be asked of you, Ezra.
I think I'm prepared for that.
When it gets hard, and it will, it's not just me who is here. There are so many closer than you could imagine. Here with you. Right now.
I think Ezra sort of stops and looks around. What do you mean?
Don't worry. In time. In time. It will be getting late soon, my boy. Let's go away from our friend the Viper. Let's find an uninhabited patch of branches. We'll build a big fire tonight. It will be cold.
Yeah. I'll light your candle when we get back.
Thank you, son.
First Dad.
And will you take up some more branches?
Yeah. Pick up a couple of the ones near to my feet after checking them for anything dangerous, and then start heading back.
And as you do, you are shunted, all of you, back into the engine once again, as you all feel kind of this other wave of nausea hit. Oh my. So that's where it comes from. Yes, okay. Reverence for what is gone. Reverence for the passing. I understand the reverence. What is gone is important. But what comes next? It's what matters more. At least now. Ezra, all I am is a funeral director. I am caring for body, mind, and soul. That is my nature.
Was I mistaken in thinking that you wish to accelerate the process? If I was, I apologize.
Accelerate. I suppose in a way, there needs to be acceleration. But trust me when I say that the acceleration is to save many from harm. The universe, it started from entropy. From the dark, it came the light. Slowly, the amount of entropy in the universe decreased until there was a tipping point. Entropy is a natural function of the world. An ice cube melting, a metal tool rusting, and the wrinkles covering an old man's face are all manifestations of me. Or rather, my meat. This is not something to be discouraged about. The Lotus requires mud for it to grow. Your world requires entropy to function, but every wave retreats into the ocean, and every world ends. The great wheel of souls is slowing. Soon, it will stop. You ponder as to why. Well, it is because there is no more fuel for the fire, no more telomeres at the end of your chromosomes to stave off the effects of age. There is an end, which is coming. The mind, body, and souls of this place, they are all fading. The noosphere's fracturing. The disease. The coming of myself. All of it heralds the end. The world is returning to a state of complete entropy. And while the original form of entropy was simple, this is complex. All the forces are settling. All final secrets are emerging. All light is returning to the quiet, all creatures reaching their final positions. But as a chromosome breaks down, disease enters the body. The old and the young for this reason. Kabouth, Tiresias, Honora, and more, they serve as my morticians. We are funeral directors. That is what we are doing here. The goal is not to make any suffer, but to prevent such suffering. Would you allow a horse with a broken leg to live? For it to suffer all the days of its remaining life? Or would you hasten its passing so that it might go to greener pastures?
Forgive me if, from my humble view, the methods so far have seemed less than merciful.
Yes. Of that, we can agree. But you must know that this was not my original method. I had far different plans. I did not wish it to be like this. And that's why we are here today. You see, many years ago, I attempted to bring about this ending in a more peaceful manner. There was a small town on the primordial ring. They were to be the start. I spread my Lotus, gave it new and beautiful form. As I began to lead many from afar, but with my designs, with the aid of the Titan of Beauty, Ezra, no less, to a better end, an ending where there was no pain, no suffering, just the slow darkening of a candle, until the grand design would have been over. Oh dear. Gizaku tried so hard. But my work was perverted. Perverted by the Banker of Bones and the Flesh Tithe. And it would have been perverted by any number of forces fighting against it, emotional reactions. We have discussed it before. And so that plan was nixed. But things got back on track. A true Gelid engine was created. One powerful enough for this barrier. Powerful enough to drain the noosphere. There was supposed to be one final piece, but once again, emotional reactions, logical responses. And now we are here. Your current reaction has only extended the dying process, and death is coming. All I ask is that you allow your funeral directors to prepare the casket and the wake which will come after.
They can prepare all they like. They're not the ones who are going to decide when we die.
But they have, haven't they?
They tried. Clearly it didn't stick.
And what about your mentor? What about so many others? And you make it seem like extending your time is in any way a mercy.
The ones we've lost, we're going to get them back. I agree that there is a natural progression, but I think you're wrong when you act as though it doesn't matter. I think every grain of sand as the hourglass is important. Without some settling on the ground, others cannot settle on top of them. Each piece is important. And
I'm sorry, are you claiming that I don't find this important?
The way you talked about it, it seemed like you believed as though, because there is an end coming, we should all give up and just let it wash over us now.
That you should not struggle and flail and turn this into a mess, into a slaughter, because that's what it will become. You fight for each remaining grain of sand, but there are many at the end of life who just wish to let go, to meet me, for there to be an end. Entropy is not a dagger. It is a soft blanket over a hurting body.
Well, everything does have an ending, but I feel like it is only natural to try to make use of the time you have, make more time. Not that, the whole meaning in the grand scale of things, maybe we do not have that, but if we are each grain of sand, you have your own meaning. You know the sand next to you, even if you cannot comprehend the big scale of everything. Maybe I do not matter, sure, but I will still fight. I
Hmm.
don't think it's my end yet.
You would fight against your purpose, Misha.
If my purpose is what you claim, to just lie down and accept that this is the end for me, I disagree.
And at this point, Misha, the image shifts. You're in Kovarov, Karyakin. It is winter as the snow spins outside, and you are spinning too, practicing a 4-beat rhythm to a dance. You will use it in one of the ballrooms. 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, kick. Back and forth, feet tapping across the ground. And then you would hear a gruff voice go, "Stop! It was wrong. Again." As you can see your father standing just a ways away. He has long since shooed out the dance teacher, wishing to take this challenge on himself. "Michaela, you must pay attention. You must focus.
I am paying attention.
You must devote yourself to this entirely."
I have been devoting myself entirely all day.
Your feet and mind wander. This is why you cannot get those motions down. Your sister picked this dance up one day. Day 3
Oh,
with
I'm
you.
sure she did.
Michaela. Future business deals are coming. There will be time shortly enough when many eyes will be upon our family. A new vein of rare antimony was found in the gold mines. We must be strong. We must be together. We must be refined. Like good silver. As your father, Artemi, walks over and kind of attempts to put a hand on your shoulder, would you let him?
Yeah.
As kind of puts a gruff hand on the shoulder, you see he would bend down. You would see his scruffy beard and hair, not nearly as refined as what he is trying to have you present. Soon, your sister, she is being sent away. You will be a representative at my side when this happens. I know it is not what you wish, but I
You
have
just do
made
not care.
sacrifices for you. Many sacrifices, as has your mother, as has your sister. You must plant your feet. You must find the trail.
I'm trying. It will never be good enough.
There is always more to do. Always. But you must do more. Just because you are not living up to the standard does not mean that you can say it is good enough. You will keep going. Our future is bright. And you will make sure it stays that way. Your sister
Yes,
has...
Father.
Your sister, myself, your mother, the servants of this household, we have worked too hard to see you squander what we have given. You have made me upset. Run along. You have other lessons. I expect you to have these steps mastered by tomorrow. You have 2 more dances to learn by the end of the month. There will be a ball soon.
Fine, Father. May I go now?
Yes. There's a different math tutor today. The last one, well, we had to fire.
I think Misha will just, without another word, storm out and slam the door.
Gotcha. As you go ahead and slam the door, there's kind of a beat as you look at it, and then you would hear a voice behind that would say, "It was that bad, huh?" As you turn and you would see your sister behind.
Well, it's still not good enough, and I need to know it by tomorrow. And I will not.
Please, just do your best.
I am doing my best.
It comes
and
back.
you are always better.
It comes back on me when you anger him so.
You are doing it perfectly already. It comes back on you.
He will ask me to tutor you, and I already have enough to do. He will want me to learn new dances, do more. I pick up any burdens that you do not carry.
Then just do not bother. He tells you to tutor me. Do not bother. Do your own thing. I will learn it. It is fine. He adores you.
I do not have such luxuries. I cannot drop my responsibilities. Nor can you. Despite how you buck at the reins. We are not wild. We represent a powerful house of the Kovrovian families.
Ugh, I represent shit. I don't think anybody here expects me to be, presentable by... dance presentable by tomorrow. I don't think he thinks I will do it.
I think that you can do it. But maybe I think too much of you. I keep on sticking my neck out for you, Michaela.
When are you going away?
Who knows now? Who knows? Does it matter to you?
Of course it does. God forbid I want to spend time with my sister.
The gods would forbid it. If I am forced to slave away day and night, trying to do what is necessary for Father, for the people in the mines, for so much. We have been given a great opportunity.
You have.
I
am trapped here. There's nothing here for me.
You are trapped in halls with silver and platinum, with food to fill your belly every night, with the finest tutors and teachers.
And people who hate me.
That hate you, they wait on you hand and foot, Michaela. You brat. You are given the world. And you make it seem like we are all out to get you. I won't say that Father is not harsh. But you have friends. I wish you would be mine. Would make this less lonely.
I'm sorry, Vilka.
At this point, your sister would kind of put her head down and, like, make her way past you, opening the door to the room your father's in, and kind of shutting it behind. Gadunk. As it closes, the scene shifts back once again to the engine. When we do not follow our roles, others pay the price. You might strive to add more seconds, but there is a finite amount in this universe. Unless we help each other. And Misha, you would see Entropy get a devious smile on her face, red eyes narrowing as the vertical slits of the irises go razor thin. You would see the claws on one of her hands kind of flicker and twitch. If you don't want this to be the end, if, Decker, you want to add in more seconds, I would help you break open the hourglass. Reforge it. Remake it. It can be done.
And how would that help you?
Oh. Very simple. Entropy is at the start and it is at the end. It is everywhere. Now, I'm against the disruption of the natural processes, and, well, I do have my own responsibilities, but there are many possibilities when you decide to expand a universe. I know that you are unlikely to leave, to let me do my work in peace. You've obviously shown that you have a desire to fight, at least in the moment. I need to feed the endless. There must be progress. But the cosmic stack is finite. If the universe gains more dimensions, layers, if it expands and grows, Decker, then my function continues. The cycle of souls will continue. The noosphere will mend due to the influx of new ideas. This universe could end, or it could start anew. Either would do for me. Kabouth, well, they have chosen the former, something in line with New Hope. And I understand that perfectly well. I would believe that it is better, a life more worth living. But if you choose the latter, I still win. And that's a beautiful thing now, isn't it?
Inevitability, right?
Hmm?
You are inevitable, right?
Just like there's sunrise and sunset, so there's entropy.
Well, personally, I'd rather things keep going. So, yes, I'll be on the opposite side of New Hope for the time being.
Is that so? Then, Ezra, are you content to make a new universe with me?
Hmm. Not entirely certain about that either.
What say you? Those who have waddled behind this half-high god for so long, don't you wish to go somewhere? These tracks can be so constraining.
I think I'm more with Ezra. I'm not so sure about this whole new universe with you thing.
So, let me get this right. You don't want to move forward. You don't want to move back. And you cannot stay in place.
At least not moving in your exact way. But perhaps that is fruitless, I don't know. But we sure have a lot to do before the natural end of this universe you have told us about.
And if the natural end was a week from now? Again, you misunderstand what I'm saying. You think I want to control you, but I'm not a high god. Entropy is chaos. It is randomness. It is. Make whatever universe you want. He's tried to kill me enough. Ask him about it. Try to erase me from the universe, try to destroy me, and yet I'm still here. You think you are fighting me, Misha. You're not. You're fighting an inevitability. And are crying out against me for simply observing it. For trying to avert disaster. Now, there's more to that. I credit you with this. I have patrons within the Endless, and they are growing impatient. And they will take action. The action that they take is dependent on all of this.
You know, you kept saying all of this was emotional responses. But if you were to ask me, I would say that a mortal, or mortals, as this includes all of us, fighting against the dying makes logical sense as well. Self-defense and all that.
You're not fighting against the coming of Entropy, Ezra. You are fighting against a funeral director trying to lay out your casket. There is a difference. What you do does not harm my eventual end in any way. It will be.
I understand. You're inevitable. The end, Entropy. You will do what you will do eventually. I understand that. I also understand that, in my experience at least, most don't want to die and will take active steps to avoid it.
And that is very true. And I suppose now you'll be taking those active steps.
I'm still immortal too.
For now, Mr. Allward. For now. Well, please don't let this spirit hold you up. Where are we going? I believe getting hit by your previous engine was enough of a ticket.
So. And I suppose we
Apologies
should
for that, by the way.
Again, no hard feelings. It was shocking, to say the least.
Well, I'll be off to the engine then.
That is where we are.
Right, yes, of course. Sorry. Please, make yourself as comfortable as you can.
And you watch as Entropy just smirks as the spirit leans up against a wall, eyes watching you.
Actually, if I could just have one moment, I apologize, we'll be slightly delayed. And I would like to sort of step off out of the engine room for just a moment to talk to everyone generally, but more specifically, Geralt and Jesper.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, you would see as, like, you begin to, like, walk out, and, like, everyone else would kind of walk, like, Entropy would begin to follow. Where are we going? And you can see Geralt just kind of goes ahead and turns to you. This is why I don't like her.
Well. I suppose there's no point in it anyway, is there? So I may as well just get us moving. Never mind.
No, let's head further to the back. My guess is that she can manifest near the engine, but the farther away we go, the harder it should be.
I'm fine to try it.
Oh, you're no fun. As are the rest of you just walking to the other side of the engine?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd also
Sure.
like to, as we go, check up on Anu and move her further away.
Misha, it's very gray.
Are you alright, Anu? You with us?
Yeah. It's very muted.
I apologize. We have a bit of a stray on the train now. the spirit of Entropy seems to have attached herself to our engine. And she may be having some adverse effects on you, but hopefully we seem to think that further away from her means less of her being able to appear.
Anu's just like not comprehending what you are like. That's too high a
Okay.
level for her
Okay.
at this point.
Okay. Then in that case, Misha's still gonna be like talking to her and just giving her like noise to latch onto. Basically, it's a grounding thing, and it's gonna like help her up and continue to move her down the train, even if she doesn't really understand. Still trying to explain stuff to her.
Gotcha. That makes sense. As kind of at this point, you all make your way to the kind of back end of the cabin.
Can I kind of keep an eye out and see, like, at what point Entropy kind of stops being able to follow us?
I mean, Entropy doesn't follow you all the way. Like, Entropy will, as soon as it becomes clear you're going to the end of the train, she just, like, goes back to the engine room.
Okay.
Yeah, like, she's not trying to necessarily play that game of, I'll follow you all the way and be intimidating. She's just back at the engine.
Fair enough.
But you would
Well,
know
that
that
was
she doesn't go beyond the engine.
Okay.
So this is a rather interesting predicament that we now find ourselves in.
Yes, yes, I would agree. I would agree.
Entropy is a dangerous figure. A veteran of many battles and conflicts. Her martial prowess it rivals the masters of old. And she has considerable experience in plans and machinations that span centuries. I would advise none of you to get too close, but she is arrogant, prideful. There might be information that we can glean from her. If that is, we cannot remove her from this engine.
Yes. Oh, it seems for the time being, my avoiding her will be a bit difficult since she's going to be hanging around the engine.
Indeed, yes. I'm wondering if we could attach her spirit, her marker to something else. Transport it. Put her in her own room or wing. But that would likely take time and, of course, energy. Considerable amount of artificing work.
Indeed.
I don't suppose you have any experience with exorcisms, Ezra?
No, can't say I do. And even if I did, it'd be for a cute person's ghost, not a concept.
Whatever this concept is, this entropy, Aether Eater, they're a threat. Is it out of the question to just make a new engine? Cut our losses? Max Greyfall is paying for it, yes?
Yes.
There's a sympathetic
I spent
link, though. My guess is that any engine we attach to this would suffer a similar fate.
And we need to keep the lion's share to keep your wards.
Indeed, yes. If we didn't have such a share, Entropy's forces would fall upon us. Quickly, even quicker now perhaps, due to a part of her being on the engine.
And is it a given that her presence here means that she'll be able to communicate our whereabouts to whomever she wishes?
That... I don't believe so. My wards are still intact, and I believe I could even strengthen them. Maybe make it so that she can't detect what is outside of the windows and a few others. I think, at least at this point, the wards that we have here should be sufficient. They probably don't know exactly where she is now unless she is actively communicating it. But even then, we are on tracks, Ezra. There's not an infinite number of places we can be.
True. However, it's possible that our new locale stuck within a dome might be a bit to our advantage. Whoever's inside is inside. Can't get more help easily, at least.
I would say that that's true. Well, maybe true for both sides, maybe not. With Kabouth and Entropy away, it would certainly limit things. But there are demon princes about, and other enemies. We still don't know the location of Tiresias' dial. The preacher is still at large. And with so many enemies, with the fading continuing, we need to seize this opportunity, and we need to move quickly. Whatever the case.
Right. Jesper, Pearl, you believe to be near Caronera, correct?
What was that?
Pearl? I believe you said she was near Caronera?
Caronera, yes. That is where I last left her in the care of Mr. Brigsby.
Right.
Do we head there?
Yeah, that would seem to be the location. Your previous route seems cut off. We'll need to take the long way around Lake Narstill.
Yes. Yes, any alternatives are on fire or under earth at this point. Alright. Shall we get moving then?
I think we shall. Just everyone, keep a guard up. Our enemy now resides with us. But remember, we still need to move forward with grace and dignity and honor. Many have tried to help Entropy, but they are a stubborn creature. But that doesn't mean that we cannot make them better. It might make all the difference. Just be wary.
Oh. Be careful.
Okay.
And I will start heading back to the engine.
Okay. Then, as you're making your way back to the engine, is anyone else following Ezra?
I'll go with him.
Gotcha. Then...
I will as well. Just
Okay.
kind of like a lost dog.
Mm-hmm. Then as you three kind of head back to the engine, Entropy is still there, and you can see that she's kind of sitting up on the engine now, just kind of kicking her feet, glancing out one of the windows. Oh, is the powwow over?
Yes, we will be continuing on. I'll start setting up the engine to move.
Mm-hmm. And as you kind of are going through and like flipping all like the levers and buttons, you can see that she'll kind of point at one. That one next. You'll need the clutch. More intake to the system.
Is what she's saying making sense?
Yeah, and you're like, shit, she's right.
Can you make sure that this is not in character, because I don't know jack shit about trains, but can you make sure she's not driving the train too hard? Like, she's not saying, like, pedal to the metal and slam the brakes, basically, you know? She's not encouraging us to run our train in a way that will expedite its deterioration. Expedite, excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Ezra, are you checking on that?
Yeah, does this seem like it would be more strain on the engine than it needs?
As you kind of look, Doc kind of appears next to you and just kind of shakes his head. No, it should be actually well within acceptable limits. We actually might be able to increase the throttle.
Oh, fantastic. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be a secret agent for Entropy. Fuck that guy.
As Entropy would just kind of still be sitting there, kicking her feet as you would all begin to feel as the Emerald Clover would begin to lurch, as you would now be ready to travel. As...
So, Entropy.
Oh, go ahead.
You said you're somewhere else on the cosmic stack right now, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
What's it look like where you're at?
Hmm.
I've never really left this layer.
It is a shame. Large cities made of metal and plastic, with floating carriages powered by fire and lightning. Beautiful. I visited a few times. The aether here has a bit of a electric flavor.
It does
What
sound
does it-
interesting.
Aether taste like?
It tastes like the first day of summer. It tastes like your mother's home cooking. Like a warm bed after a cold day. It is the most filling thing. When you consume it, you feel it not only in your stomach, but from head to toe. And each taste, each drop, it's like the first time. It beckons you like a siren at sea. And you long for it on your lips until the next moment that you taste it.
And when you eat it, where does it go? Is it destroyed forever?
It becomes one with me. Its power, its energy. Just like, in a way, what you do. You take, you destroy. It is changed and you become different. Such is what aether does.
How? I mean, I know where the food I eat comes from. It's grown. Where does your aether come from, then? Everywhere, I assume, but how do you not run out?
Oh. Well, we are running out, Ada. That's the whole point. Soon there will be no more aether, and it will slow and it will stop. This universe isn't infinite, it is finite. Each morsel that I consume is something never to be replenished. Except by... There is aether wells, but... Well... They are not without their inconsistencies. They dry, and there's only one known aether well at the moment. And she is such a bitch.
And the other one's all dried up?
You could say that.
Could there ever be any more?
It's unlikely. Never say never. But a well in a desert, it can only do so much. Eventually, even it will dry up. There are no aether oceans. But who knows? Maybe you could be an aether well. I would like that.
I'd rather not. That sounds very scary. And she'll actually take a physical few steps back. No, thank you.
Aren't you doing things that are scary all the time now, little one?
Well, yes, and I'm usually scared. But that still doesn't mean that I have to do everything that's scary all the time.
Oh. Maybe. But with each moment that you shy away, the fear just grows. It grows in the newest fear, wading and leaching into others. But I get ahead of myself. You're right. Fear is not what you should live in. You were made for comfort. Made for an easy life in a beautiful place. Trust me. I commiserate.
I think I'd like to go somewhere else now. And then she's gonna leave. She does not want any part of this conversation.
As Entropy just kind of like cocks her head to the side as you depart, and would smile as Ada leaves. And then she'd shift her attention to Decker. But you don't scare so easily, do you?
Not really. Though I... she might have shied away now, but I've seen Ada plenty of times stand up even when she's afraid.
Such moments will become fewer and farther between. What is coming, it's more than fear. It is dread. A subtle terror that leaches into the soul. It's not even something that I am capable of stopping anymore.
stop it before?
When I was here, maybe. But you act brashly. And because of your brash actions, much will be lost. But you will say it is my fault. That it is I who have brought upon these terrible things. In a way, perhaps so. But in another way, perhaps you are the one that ventured in the lion's domain. You rattled the cage. You tempt the beast. Perhaps Ada is wiser than you, because Ada knows fear.
Yes, we'll just have to find out. But I don't think you're to blame for everything. You seem like you are trying to do the kind thing.
And does that matter?
I think so.
Then in my position, what would you do? Inside that head of yours, rattling with the machinations of a high god that doesn't care if you live or die. As you sit as witness to all that transpires, in the face of inevitability, what action would you take?
I just have to keep going. I mean, like you said, my God, well, he gives me certain power. It's not like he's going to save me from anything in the end. But with the power he gives me, I can still use it to help my friends. And so I have to keep doing that.
And do you think that you can help them?
I hope so. I think I've done an okay job of it so far.
And with that, you feel yourself drift, Decker. You are far off in a training hall. You feel yourself hit the hard wooden ground as you now lay in a shaft of sunlight. As you look up, you can see your mentor Nazir above you looking down. Get up. Again, Decker.
And I think Decker will they'll push themselves to their feet, kind of take a moment to stretch out their aching muscles, but they'll get right back up.
You must keep your feet square and strong.
Right, more like this?
No. And he kind of makes his way forward with his teaching cane and, corrects your form again. If you are to fight demons and the dark, this must be second nature to you. As perfect as each breath you take. That consistent. That easy.
I think they'll nod and they'll kind of try to take a mental snapshot of the position he's shifted them into, and then they'll, I think, just try to practice once again moving kind of in and out of that form.
Right. Then go ahead and make a mental check for me to see if you can like fully remember the history and get all the movements down, kind of linking mind and body.
Okay. Is it same as my current mental score?
Yes.
I will go ahead and hero point the 2 missed ones. Nope, just 1 success.
Gotcha. Then, as you go through, maybe 25% of the time as you run through exercises, you're able to replicate what Nasir showed you. But within a few more minutes, you're kind of back on the ground, looking up at the ceiling as Nasir helps you up again. It's not good enough, Decker. It's not good enough.
I know, but hey, a little better that time.
Decker. Learning forms, being a hero, becoming someone worth admiring, all of it requires sacrifice. You wait. But each moment I am here training you, I am not out there saving someone, same as you. You say there will be a next time. But we are not merchants of seconds and minutes. No. We are misers. Dread accountants. As we keep our ledgers, we see the cost of each second. It is why we make sacrifices. You've made sacrifices already, but you are running from something. And being great requires greatness every day. Not most days. Not when you feel like it. Discomfort is the price of admission. And while you are there, you must make the most of it. Because I will not always be here. And when I am gone, you will need to train on your own. And you will need to remember these days, so that you can make better ones.
Well, I'll always remember these days.
Mm.
Alright, but
Good. Again.
and they'll go again.
And as you go again, you feel yourself shunted back from the memory as you are in front of Entropy again. As she kind of raises an eyebrow. I actually quite liked your form with that one. A hard ass, indeed.
Hard-ass was what I needed. But you... I mean, you've kind of seen into parts of each of us. Are you able to share the same with us?
No. No, I would never.
No harm in asking.
Oh. No, it would be a simple matter of you prying and looking, as you did to see how far I would leave this room, and it'd be something that you would attempt to exploit later. Which, again, no hard feelings. I would probably do the same.
Oh, for what it's worth, I'm not going to pry. As far as I'm concerned, you're another passenger.
And where am I going? Not in any concrete location, but metaphorically.
Metaphorically, it's this real great place called Nunya.
Metaphorically, someplace new, I guess.
There's very little new for me anymore, especially in a place like this. I was here before the Confederacy, before the Empire, before all of it. When this place, it used to be covered in jungle. Now it's open field. Times change. But I will be delighted at seeing something new.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to find out if you're surprised or not. I mean, the jungle's changing from the field. That's very different. Imagine it felt new at the time.
These things take, of course, time. And mainly there was terror, war, destruction. Soon it will happen to you. And it won't be a feeling of newness. It will feel like loss. As you remember what once was. And you'll miss it.
Maybe so, but I mean, in the midst of that, people pick things up again. I mean, the city, all the people were in a panic, but the merchants were still, pulling themselves back together, getting things back to normal, and doing what they could. Now it'll change, but everyone will find ways to move on, to make something new.
And so that's what you will do. Move on, make something new.
Hopefully something better than our current situation.
Then, as I am a passenger, what would make your current situation better?
I think a lot of a lot of it's grander picture, but right now I'm honestly kind of thirsty. I could use a drink. Do you want one too?
I am always thirsty, Decker.
Well, can't really give you my aether, but I can try to mix you a drink if you want.
Yes. I think I'd like that.
I mean, Decker would kind of go to the dining car and mix some drinks.
And Ezra, are you still in the engine room?
Yep, still here.
At this point, I think Entropy would kind of hop down off the engine and look to you. So, this is your team.
Yes, it is.
And what do you think about a appointed hero of a high god who's attempting to mix a drink for a spirit?
See nothing wrong with it. I actually find you to be quite pleasant conversation.
Well, I've had enough time to grow proficient at conversation. And all of you are interesting in a morbid sort of way. All so full of vim and vigor. And even now, the newest spirit bleeds from you like ink upon a new canvas. The colors all twisting together into an abstract work. I can almost see why the 12th sacrificed himself for all of you. Almost.
I'll be honest, I'm just a bit unclear on that myself.
Oh,
But-
good. Then I'm not alone.
But he did. He believes in us, trusts us. Hope to show it's warranted.
Yes. And at the end of all this, Ezra, will it all be warranted if everything goes back to the way it was? You return to being a noble artificer. You return back to a normal life. The 12th returns back to his existence. And we all dawdle on out into the sunset to repeat this day over and over ad infinitum. Born again each morning.
I'm not sure many would call really any section of my life normal. But, I hope and believe that at the end of all this, people can continue to be happy with their lives. It's a difficult thing, the repetition, the stagnation you're talking about. Because yes, there's quite a lot of people that really would hate the prospect. There are plenty of others who find comfort in it.
Mortals are an odd sort. Always attempting to swim against the current of their natures. But I suppose that is the great cosmic joke that is being played on all of you. You are fish being judged against your ability to dance. You are not good at it. To make matters worse, you are essentially blind to the stage and to its audience, and yet you're trying to do it anyway. And yet, despite you not being good at any of it, that is what you are judged for, not the speed at which you swim, not the distance traveled. No. Something different altogether. And yet, amongst it, here you are, trying to ascribe it something beautiful. It's all so boorishly naive.
Maybe.
And at this point, Decker, you enter in with a mixed drink.
Yeah.
Actually,
Hmm?
you go ahead.
I don't know if you can actually drink this. Ezra's spirits can't, but you're a little different than them. And they'll hold the drink out to her.
You can see that Entropy goes ahead and cups her hands out in front of you.
Sure, they'll kind of pour some into her cupped palms, I guess.
It just goes directly through her hands. No, you idiot. I'm a spirit. I'm incorporeal. And she just passes her clawed hand through you. I would probably have stabbed you by now if I did have any sort of form. At the very least, the Green Boy Scout would have put 3 into my head and 1 into my heart.
I think Decker would just kind of shrug and take a sip of the drink.
It's a good drink!
Yay!
Oh dear, if I lose to this, I will never hear the end of it.
Are the endless
Nice and
particularly
floral.
judged?
Oh. It is not the endless that worry me, or perhaps it is. They are very afraid at the moment. They are entering the final year. The deadline has come. Soon they will be punished quite severely if they continue to fail.
How many layers are in this web?
Oh, wow. I suppose you could say 5. Close to the bottom, you'll have the demon princes, and they serve their endless masters, and the endless serve the great dark, the miracle, that thing which waits, which terrifies all, gods and titans, endless beings of unfathomable power. They all have night terrors, Ezra. It grows impatient. The Calibi manifold, the cosmic stack, a pocket, a bastion. It awaits. And it is angered. Tell me, Ezra, have you ever heard of a demon being afraid?
Can't say I have.
Oh, it's a rare thing. And to see it at such scale, it creeps into even my heart. Doubt, terror. I have heard the stories. There was one Endless who held the 12th by the throat, and the 12th wriggled free. With the help of his son and a stupid halfling. And that Endless was torn from reality, its bits and pieces into shreds, until there was nothing left except a faint outline. And those shreds were turned into arrows for great quivers, put at the side of demons and Zaraki, beholders and mind flayers. We know it as pain, Ezra. Pain. All the pain that you feel. It is the carcass of one of the Endless shredded for their failure and for their insolence. What do you think?
All the pain.
All of it.
It's a lot of strips.
Indeed. Hold on, let me go check on something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're good.
What if-
Seeing you all over again.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ah! Well,
gotta go handle something.
yeah.
What do we do if our DM bursts into flames mid-session? Is there a protocol
Man.
for this?
Think that means we win?
There's a story
Oh,
I want
yay!
to tell, but that I'm not willing to share while we're being recorded for the VOD, so I'll share it after. Related to a fire alarm.
It wasn't a fire alarm, it was my goddamn insulin pump.
Oh,
Oh.
are you
Oh.
are you okay?
Are you okay?
Yeah, you good?
Yeah. It was just... Yeah, I need to hit a button, else it will make that noise infinitely.
Mm.
Yeah, so... I'm probably just gonna call up the company and be like, I'm done with your product. That shit fucking sucks.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, glad you're okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. But where were we?
Entropy just asked
Right.
Ezra what he thought.
Yeah. And I think I said, if it's all the pain, that's a lot of strips to be torn into.
Indeed, yes. But that is what an endless being is.
Mm.
And that is with what you contend with.
Oh, that's frightening to be sure.
Yes. But here you are contending with it nevertheless. I'm sure you know what you're doing.
I doubt it. I hope to figure it out at some point.
We will indeed see. And you would watch as Entropy would go ahead and flicker out.
Dicker will
As
go ahead and clean up where they spilled the drink.
okay,
Thanks.
hmm
then as you are all progressing on, the stretch of rail going to the town of Orviet is about 9 days of travel. As at this point, is there anything that you would like to do during your opening day of travel along the Great Rail towards your destination of Care Onira?
While they were hanging out with Entropy, could I have had a conversation with Lauritz and like gone back to my room to talk with her?
Sure.
And Mitchell, as she's been tended to do, kind of just pull out the sword to sort of take care of it, clean it, all that. But see if she can, I guess, summon her to appear with her.
Yeah. And Lauritz would go ahead and appear.
Lauritz, hello.
Hello.
I'm sorry, I should have. I have been avoiding this conversation. But I think we need to talk about what happened back there with Kabouth and seeing her.
You can see, like, Lauritz would just kind of slightly look away. I understand.
You are what part of her?
And Lauritz would give a slow nod.
I see. I've been trying to wrap my head about it, around it. Everything she has been saying about not wanting an end and cutting out that part of her that does or would feel any remorse for that, or you.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know. It scares me. That we are fighting Kabouth, and you are a piece of her, and I do not want harm to come to you. I do not know if you are anchoring her here in some way, keeping her going. I don't know if I know that she does not want an end. And I think you both deserve that. Peace and ending. I'm worried that I do not know how to help you. Were you going to tell me about this?
Didn't know it was Kabouth. I said that I didn't.
It did. I apologize. I must have misunderstood. You did not know. Do you... Is there anything you know about her? Or what you were...
Nothing identifying, as I've said.
I know, I'm just trying to understand.
I know.
And trying to keep you safe from her. So you can be you.
And I think that you would see Lauritz get very still, very quiet. Just give a nod.
Are you okay?
I am. Thank you, Misha.
I'm sorry, I should... There's... Did she disappear?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Then Misha will stay doing what she was doing in her room, taking care of the sword.
Gotcha. Then, as you hold the Sword of Kabouth and polish it, the Emerald Clover engine, now carrying the spirit of Entropy, heads out across the savannah. And it is here where we will end our session for today. Holy moly, gang.
Wow, okay.
Ah,
Wow.
well then.
Thank you for the session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.